there's been rumors, there's also been insinuation, and there's been plenty of threats to expand the Supreme Court. But now what we're seeing is a real effort to expand the Supreme Court by the left. And I'll tell you what their plans are, but let's talk about their reasoning behind it. Their reasoning starts with that they suggest that America is out of step with what the Supreme Court is, that those two things just aren't going hand in hand. But in addition to that, they argue that this wouldn't be the first time that the Supreme Court has been expanded, that it's happened 7 other times throughout history. But what they want to expand it to is 13, so add 4 additional seats. Now, their argument is that of course, that would all 4 of those would be assigned by the current president, so we can guess what their thinking and their logic and their ideology would be. But they say that 13 isn't just an arbitrary number, that 13 would give 1 Supreme Court justice for each circuit in the United States. That's why that number was chosen. So now this has been introduced to Congress. And what we're seeing is that there is a very real effort. Senator Massachusetts is driving this effort. And this is something that we are going to see not necessarily happen, but definitely be a fight that is on our hands. So it's moving not more from insinuations and not threats to an actual fight is what this is becoming, to the point where in order to defend the current state of the Supreme Court, there's going to be a fight. Now, the problem with defending the current state of the Supreme Court is that according to current polls, only 13% of America actually think the Supreme Court is doing a good job and have any credibility in their minds. This is an historic low. This is lower than any poll since the Civil War. This is something that we're seeing as historic low. So that is, again, part of the argument. You know, how do you defend the current Supreme Court when most of America aren't really happy with the current Supreme Court? And that's why this particular fight is very timely as well. This is something that we have to open our eyes to, because many constitutional rights are being brought to the forefront of the Supreme Court. And I think we're going to see some interesting things happen in the years to come. If you have any thoughts or insight on any of that, definitely put it in the comments below. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. Feel called to support this channel with Patreon. That link is also below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests, so please don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.